This meeting is being recorded.
And as always, we're going to start just by tuning in. That's bringing ourselves into that present moment. That's also going to give you that opportunity to notice kind of just where you are right now in your space. Whatever that means for you, know that it is perfect and it is okay. So just take a few minutes, move and wiggle if you need to. Notice your physical body. And then tune in that little bit deeper. And then bring in your own intention, your own mantra, your own dedication, whatever it is for the mental part of our yoga practice this evening. And then because we're coming off of this holiday season, we're still in that year of the snake. It's shedding its skin, waiting until February the 17th to get us into that fire horse energy. A little bit of it's here, but as we kind of continue that process, our nervous systems are on high alert still, especially after the holidays, and our bodies are feeling it, our minds are feeling it. So we'll start with a few rounds of bumblebee breath. Hopefully you're like me and there's nobody else in your space. If there is, just let them giggle as we're going to hum a little. Bumblebee breath is one of my favorites, and it's that humming sound. Cats make a purring sound, and that frequency and that noise can help relax your central nervous system. So breathing in through the nose and then just hum. It can be with your lips closed, or you can hum a tune. It does not matter. We'll do 5 cycles of breath. So take a few slow, deep breaths first, breathing in and releasing out. Breathing in and out. One more. And then breathe in and add your hum. Hmm. And then 4 more, just at your own pace. Breathe in. Hmm. 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 And when you're finished, just let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. Notice what you notice. And then start to just take your gaze left to right. You can keep your eyes closed, just kind of moving through the neck. Add that little tilt of your chin towards your collarbone if that feels good. Well, then coming back through center, up and down. Same thing, little tilts with the chin if that feels good. And slowly come back to center, start some circles. They can be small or big. What feels good for this part of your body here as we start to move it? Reverse your circle the opposite direction. And then come back to center. Start to move the shoulders up and down. Same thing at your own pace. Find your rhythm. What's going to work with how you're feeling today? Inhale, press those shoulders up towards the ears, and then take them to the back and start to find those rolls. Same thing, small or large. About 4 in each direction. And then reverse it. I'll come back to center, adding some side body stretches after that. So just place your fingertips or palms on either side. Try and lift up nice and tall as if somebody's pulling your head up towards your ceiling. And then we'll take that right arm, lift it up towards the sky, lift up nice and tall. And as you take your next breath out, lean over to the left. Adding a little twist here if that feels good for you and your body. And then switch it out. So release that right arm, inhale the left arm up high, lift up nice and tall, lean over to the right. Adding any movement, soft, gentle bounces that just feels good for you and your body. And then come back to center, relax, and we'll make our way onto all fours. So take a little movement first. We've been sitting for a minute, so stretch the feet out, maybe point or flex or circle the ankles. Just a little movement as we make our way there. And then same thing as you arrive here, you can start to gently find some soft rocks. And then, of course, we'll start with some cat-cow. So yummy movement for the hips and the spine. So find your foundation. Starting with cat pose, take a nice, slow, deep breath in. As you breathe out, begin to round and curl. Inhale, send the belly down, arch the spine, lift the tailbone, lift the chin, and then move at your own pace for 4 more breaths. Beautiful. Come back to center, warm up the wrist. So your favorite wrist warm up, you can just rock the shoulders side to side and then turn the fingers. Maybe you find circles or make a figure 8 with the shoulders over the wrist, or maybe you bring hips to heels and you just lift up and find some circles or some movement here. So whatever feels more comfortable. And then we'll make our way into a low lunge starting with that right foot. So right foot is going to either come to the right side of the mat if you need that hip opening, or straight down the center. Just feel this out in your body. And maybe you just stay down low. Maybe you lift up, hands on top of the thighs as you sink the hips. Maybe you need a little straightening and lifting today, lifting your heart space, lifting your arms, lifting that top of the head, the crown up towards the sky. 3 big breaths wherever you are. Then we'll find a little movement. So breathing in and out. 2 more. And then if your hands are lifted, gently release them down to your mat. Breathe in. As you breathe out, take your half split stretch. So options for rock back and forth, nice and low to the ground, exhaling to send our hips back, inhaling to send our hips forward. Option to lift the arms, inhale, lift up, exhale, take it back. So whatever feels good for your body here. We'll do 2 more. and make our way back to that low lunge. Option to stay here, just holding the stretch for a few breaths, or open up to dragon pose. So let that right knee open up to the right side of your mat, coming onto the outside of the foot, letting the hips sink down towards the ground. 3 deep breaths. And walk your hands over to the opposite side, just so you can release that right foot, and we'll take it and extend it down to the back of our mat. So bringing our hands and wrists back underneath those shoulders. You're going to lift that right foot and then cross it all the way over to the left back corner of your mat, and then take your gaze over your left shoulder to look at your toes. Breathe in. As you breathe out, release, coming back to all fours, finding any movement, noticing any difference from left to right. And then switching it out. So same thing, left foot straight down the center or over to that left corner. Finding your low lunge on this side. Same option, staying low, lifting up a little bit higher. And then our 3 breaths, holding the stretch here. And then finding that movement. As you exhale, take your half split stretch. Feel it out first. And then moving with your breath. Inhale to press the hips forward and down. Exhale, send the hips back. Two more. And same thing, coming back to that low lunge, holding it there, opening the left knee towards the left side of the mat, letting the hips sink a little bit deeper here. And then once you find that place, 3 deep breaths. Walk your hands over to the right, release that left foot. Lift it up once you find your foundation. Take it across over to that back right corner, and then take your gaze over that right shoulder to look at your toes. Breathing in. As you breathe out, release. Cat cows, or exhale, sink the hips back. Inhale, bring the hips forward. Nice and slow. Two more breaths here. We'll make our way back, tabletop position, or hips to heels to move through the upper body, through the neck, shoulders. Then we'll plant our foundation, wrists under shoulders, knees underneath hips to curl our toes, lift our knees up and back, downward facing dog. So probably the first one in a while. Find what feels good here. Whether you step your feet out wide, turn your heels out. You get a stretch through the ankles, the calves, all the way up the backs of the legs. Maybe you pedal it out. That feels really good to move today. Maybe you bend the knees and you bring the chest to the thighs. Kind of stretching more through the upper body here. Or a combination of all of the above. And then slowly begin to make your way into our forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need for your body. Let the arms and head relax. Slowly and gently soften the knees. Bring the hands to the thighs as we gently begin to round up. Keep the back rounded until you come all the way up to that standing position. And then just begin to straighten each vertebrae at a time, coming all the way to stand. Shake and wiggle it out. Move we haven't done in quite a while. Step the feet a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. Toes can turn out or they can turn in. Let your arms relax by your side. Begin to twist your chest from left to right, letting your arms just free rein begin to sway. And then begin to just move faster and faster and faster in a way that feels good for you and your body here. You can close your eyes and just feel your body move. Start to slow it down. Slowly stopping, heel toe or step the feet back underneath the hips just to help support you. Inhale, begin to reach the arms up. Palms can touch or hands can stay apart, whatever feels better here. Lift up nice and tall. As we breathe out, we're gonna lean over to the right. Option to let that right hand drop down. Then inhale, lift it up, switch it over on your exhale to the left side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. You can just take the first part of our sun salutation A and not come back down onto the floor, or you can take the whole thing. So finding your foundation, tuck the tailbone, lift that lower belly, find that lift with the top of the head again. Pull yourself up nice and tall. Breathe in. As you breathe out, soften the knees, drop the hands. Inhale, begin to reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, find your fold. Inhale, your halfway lift. Exhale, release it down. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step or jump your feet back, plank pose. Inhale, add your chaturanga or just lower the knees down onto the ground as we come down onto the belly to inhale into our cobra or up dog. And then exhale through our downward facing dog. Inhale, step, hop, or jump. Exhale into your fold. Inhale, your halfway lift. Exhale, release it down. Bend the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause here. Breathe, notice, readjust. Well, stepping in to our pyramid pose. So from a standing position, step that right foot forward, turn that left heel in. If you need a little bit more, you can step back a little bit further. Keep those hips turned towards the front of your mat. Breathe in. As you breathe out, hinge at the hips. Maybe you walk down this right leg and stop wherever you need to, or bring fingertips or palms to the ground. Option to soften the knees, step the feet together and take a forward fold. Or if flowing felt really great for your body, option to add another flow before we switch to the opposite side. Just an option if your body needs to move a little bit more today. Just step the feet back, come into plank pose, inhale chaturanga, exhale lower down. Inhale your cobra up dog. Exhale downward facing dog. Step, hop, or jump. We'll meet here in this forward fold. 2 breaths here, letting the arms and shoulders relax. Soften the knees. Inhale, begin to rise. And switching it out with a left foot forward, right foot slightly back or a little bit further, turning that right heel in, keeping the hips squared to the front of the mat. Exhale, hinge. Walk down the left leg, just not pressing into the kneecap here, finding your edge. And soften the knees. Step both feet together. Find your forward fold. Soften the knees if you need to. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, release it down. Plant the palms, step your feet back, come on to tabletop position, or maybe paddle it out in downward facing dog for a breath or two. We're going to make our way into deer pose. So you can walk your legs over to the left and just roll down onto that right thigh and readjust from here. So you're going to align that right shin vaguely with the top of the mat. Left leg can bend and lean forward from here if that feels good for your body. Always an option to take pigeon pose. We're going to hold this one yin style for a minute and a half. So finding your edge, kind of softening it just a little bit, and then just breathing. Notice where you're squeezing, you're holding tension. See if you can just relax and release here. Five more breaths. Breathe in slowly and gently. Begin to lift up. Roll onto that right thigh. Excuse me. And begin to straighten out this left leg, turning the left knee up towards the ceiling, readjusting to where our sit bones are even on the floor and we're lifting up nice and tall. Option to turn the chest towards the left leg and fold forward, or option to get into this right hip by lifting up that right arm and leaning the left rib cage down onto that left thigh. So kind of keeping the heart space open to where it lifts up towards the sky, not rounded towards the left leg. Just about 5 breaths here. Lifting up and releasing, finding any movement, bringing the legs forward, rocking the knees side to side, maybe even coming back to tabletop position and finding your movement there if that just felt really good. And then beginning to switch it over to the left. So left shin vaguely aligns with the top of the mat. Right leg bends out towards the right side. Hips point down towards the ground. And then from here, begin to lean forward. Option to take that pigeon variation where you just straighten out the right leg. Yin style, sink it down. Breathe. Five more breaths here on this side. Inhale, slowly and gently begin to lift up, rolling onto that left thigh, and same thing, readjusting as you come back through this seated position to stretch the right leg out straight, left foot in. Same thing, turning the chest and folding over the right leg, or lifting that left arm and taking the right rib cage down towards that right thigh. Lifting, open the chest, open the arms here, and just breathe. Breathing in, straightening the spine, and exhale, releasing, finding your movement here, rocking the knees side to side or whatever feels good. And then either Dandasana, staff pose, legs come out straight, or butterfly or bound angle pose, Sukhasana. So soles of the feet together. Find that evenness once again on the sit bones. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, fold forward. Same thing, yin style here, holding and breathing. So find that comfortable place where it's not too much, it's not too little. You feel a sensation, but it's not intense. And you can really relax into it and just breathe here. Three more breaths. And then as you take your next breath in, gently and slowly begin to lift the head. Any movement, maybe some seated cat cows or circles. Rock through the legs. And then option for half shoelace or full shoelace pose. So just starting with that half position, legs are going to come out in front, right leg is going to lift up and cross. Take that right ankle towards that left hip. Align the knees just as much as you possibly can, folding forward here. An option to do both legs, especially if you have a block or something to lift the hips up just a little bit. Sometimes that makes it a little bit easier. Same thing, a minute and a half here. Just notice where you can soften, sinking your body back a little bit more into the pose. Even out your breath and just relax. Five more breaths. Breathing in, begin to lift the head. Then unraveling, just letting the legs relax for a moment or finding a little movement. And switching it over, finding what feels right on the left side. So starting with bending that left foot, cross the left foot over the right, stay here and fold, or bring that heel towards the hip, just the best possible feeling that you can create in this shape. And then lowering the head down here, or option for both legs. Relaxing the head down, same thing, kind of just settling in, finding what works for your body in this moment. Three more breaths here. Breathing in, lifting up, unraveling, finding a little movement here, wiggling, shaking the legs. And then we're going to do a seated variation of thread the needle. So legs are going to come out in front of you. Knees can soften, or maybe you take a blanket underneath your legs here just to help support the knees. We're going to take that right hand over to the left thigh and just begin to lean forward. You can begin to move this right elbow over across until you feel the sensation in your right shoulder that feels comfortable. Let the head and chin relax and just breathe here. Five more breaths here. As you take your next breath in, gently and slowly begin to lift, find any movement. And switch it over, find what feels comfortable with the left side. So left hand comes over, palm facing out on that right thigh. Then begin to lean forward, and then option just to straighten that left arm just as much as it feels good to relax the head down. 3 more breaths here. Inhale gently and slowly, begin to lift up. Find a little movement, move through the upper body. We're coming down onto our back next. So if you want to come there right away, go ahead. If not, find a little wiggle, stretches, or movement in a seated position before you make your way onto your back. As you arrive on your back, feel free to find a little movement as you settle the spine into the earth here. Beautiful. Before we start to hold poses on our back, we'll just start with a simple back of the leg hamstring stretch. So with feet on the floor, lift that right leg up towards the ceiling, bend the knee, straighten the leg, hold on anywhere but your kneecap. If you need a little bit more, you can always extend that left leg down. But if that's a little much today, then keep it just nice and soft and gentle. This should feel really great. Breathe in. As you breathe out, release that right leg. Take a moment, rock or wiggle or just relax. And switch it out with the opposite side. So lifting that left foot up, same option. Bend the knee, hold on anywhere but the kneecap. If you need a little bit more, extend that right leg or just keep it soft. Breathe in. As you breathe out, release. Same thing, just relaxing here, finding a little movement if that feels better for the hips, the lower back. And then we'll take our twist first. So arms are going to come out to a T. Both legs can walk together and just lower over towards the right. And then from here, if it feels more comfortable, you can lift the knees vaguely in line with the hips, maybe taking that right hand to the outer left thigh. Let your neck soften. So I like to look the same way my legs are going. That feels more comfortable on my neck. You can look the opposite direction or up towards the sky. Five more breaths here. And slowly begin to roll back onto your back. Any movement or just relax. And then switch it over, going over to the left side. So feet together, knees lower, arms out to a T. And then from here, you can lift the knees in line with the hips, maybe taking that left hand to the outer right thigh. And then soften the neck. Three more breaths. And then slowly and gently roll back onto your back. Any movement or just relax here. And then for that lower back, a little psoas stretch. So pull that right knee in towards the chest. If you have a block and want to lift your hips up, feel free, maybe even a blanket or a pillow. Stretching that left leg down towards the bottom of your mat, just trying to flatten the spine out as much as possible. And then, of course, you can find movement here. You don't have to hold this one. If it feels better to move or circle that right knee, feel free. Let's take about 5 more breaths here. Slowly and gently begin to release, move, or just let your body take a moment. And then switching it over, left knee in towards the chest, right leg extends. Find your psoas stretch on this side. Remember, you can always find movement just anytime that feels better for your body here. About 5 more breaths here. And then release. Find any last minute wiggles, movements, stretches that just feel good for you and your body. And then begin to settle in to your absolute favorite pose today. Somewhere where you can just let your whole body soften. You can let your breath slow down. Using not only our minds, but the position of our bodies to help us relax even deeper, even further. So we really teach ourselves, our minds, our hearts, our bodies that we're okay. We can relax. Even if it's just in this moment, let your breath deepen. Maybe take a few more hummingbird breaths or bumblebee breaths. I don't know where hummingbird breaths came from. Maybe somebody wants to sound like a hummingbird. Breathing in, releasing out. Taking a little grounding because we can be grounded and relaxed. Grounding doesn't have to mean stiff and stationary and still in that sense. So just notice where the back of your body, your legs, your feet, whatever is touching the ground, send your awareness there. And just feel the earth beneath you. Feel your body both be heavy and light. And then bring your awareness back to your breath and notice how the lightness lifts. The heaviness falls away as we now pay attention to our breath, breathing in and out. And then going into our imagination, where we can create a scene of the most relaxing place that you can think of. Maybe it's something that you make up. Maybe it's something that you've already been to or you've already visited. Maybe it's your favorite place. But create a place in your mind where you feel safe, you feel relaxed, you feel calm, you feel centered. And allow yourself this time to just relax here. Take a moment, just notice your surroundings, maybe smells, maybe sounds. And if nothing comes up, that's okay too. And then see yourself in this space. See yourself being in the exact same position that your physical body is right now, whether that's laying or rolled over onto one side or sitting or any other favorite position. Imagine yourself in that exact same position in your place that you've created in your mind. see yourself without any judgment, without any negative comments, and urge yourself to relax. Urge yourself to let go and just take a few minutes of peace here, letting pain fade away from the physical body or the emotional body or the mind. Maybe you see it as a physical substance and darkness starts to lift from your being. Maybe you imagine yourself filled with light and warmth. Your muscles, your ligaments begin to just relax. Feeling this warmth, this gentleness move throughout your body from your toes up to the top of the head, allowing you to feel more relaxed, more comfortable. And then just give yourself a few minutes here to do nothing but just relax in the safe space that you've created in your mind. Your mind begins to wander, gently bring it back to your breath or to the room that you're in. And then slowly and gently letting your safe, peaceful, sacred space just begin to fade away, knowing that you can conjure it in your mind again whenever you need. But for now, letting it go, bringing your awareness back to your surroundings, feeling the ground beneath you again. Beginning to find movement, starting soft, light, with fingers, toes, hands, feet. And then beginning to just add from there, and any movement, wiggles, stretches that just feel good for you and your body. If you're in a laying position, then slowly begin to roll over onto one side. Bend your knees. Take as long as you need here. And then begin to just lift yourself back up to a comfortable seated position to notice you and how you feel. And then find a comfortable seated position, comfortable hand mudra or relaxed hands, whatever feels comfortable for you and your body today. Close your eyes and speak my words into your mind, into your heart, into your body. Tell yourself out loud or in your mind, I am amazing. Speak to yourself. Tell yourself, I am perfect just the way that I am. Say, I am worthy. And say, I am enough. Take a slow, deep breath in. Release it out. Beautiful job. Namaste. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you. Thank you.